Men, what brutal realities have you faced after 30? Answer 1. Turning 30 has been a real eye-opener for me. One of the biggest truths I've uncovered is just how important it is to nurture my relationships. In my 20s, I often took friendships for granted, thinking they would always be there. Now I realize that investing time and effort into these connections is essential if I want them to last. I've also learned that self-care isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. I used to push through challenges, believing that resilience meant enduring pain. But I now understand that prioritizing my mental and emotional well-being allows me to recharge and better support those around me. Answer 2. A significant lesson I've learned is the value of being authentic. In my 20s, I often felt pressured to fit in, worrying about what others would think. But embracing my true self has led to more genuine connections and a sense of belonging. I've also come to understand that success isn't always a straight path. Setbacks used to make me question my journey, but they've turned out to be valuable lessons. Happiness, I've realized, is a choice. Even when external circumstances change, I can shift my perspective through gratitude and positive thinking. Answer 3. One realization that hit me hard is how quickly time flies. It feels like just yesterday I was in my 20s, and now I'm facing the realities of adulthood. I've learned to be more present and truly savor each moment. I also understand that failure doesn't mean the end. It's actually a stepping stone toward growth. Setbacks I once feared have shaped me into who I am today. Lastly, I've come to realize that I am responsible for my happiness. Depending on external factors often leads to disappointment, and I've learned to take charge of my own joy. Answer 4. As I turned 30, I became acutely aware of how crucial health is to overall happiness. I used to take my body for granted, but I now prioritize nutrition and exercise because I've realized it's essential for my well-being. I've also learned that pursuing my passions can be daunting, but it's worth it to follow what I love. Many of my dreams were sidelined out of fear, but I'm learning that pursuing joy is always worth the risk. Finally, I've discovered that forgiveness is vital for inner peace. Holding on to grudges only weighs me down. Answer 5. One important lesson for me has been that asking for help is completely okay. I used to think I had to handle everything on my own, which led to burnout. Now I realize that seeking support is a strength, not a weakness. I've also learned that comparison steals joy. Social media can skew my perception and make me feel inadequate, so I've focused on my journey and celebrating small victories. Finally, I've come to value lifelong learning. Staying curious and open to new experiences has really enriched my life. Answer 6. A powerful realization I've had is that relationships require effort from both sides. I used to think friendships would just endure naturally, but I've learned that communication and nurturing are essential. I've also discovered the importance of setting boundaries. I often overextended myself to please others, but I've learned that it's perfectly okay to say no and prioritize my well-being. Additionally, I've realized that financial literacy is crucial. Educating myself about managing money has made a huge difference in my quality of life and reduced my stress.